Hey guys, it's Deanna and I'm the owner of Lash'd Eyelashes. Now today I have something really exciting. I know in the past that there's been a real massively negative stigma towards pre-made lashes, and I for one was one of those critical people who would never use them and always fought for people to create handmade fans. Now, whilst I still believe that learning how to apply handmade fans is crucial, and the theory behind application of handmade fans and volume fans in general is really important, I have turned to the dark side. That's right. So my brand, Lash'd Eyelashes, has just released our first range of pro-made lashes. Now, the difference between these and your normal standard pre-made lashes is that these are handmade. Yes, they come prepared for you and they are handmade. Now, I don't want to make this video just to try and sell you my lashes, but I want to tell you the process of what made me change my mind from going from pre-made or from handmade, to pre-made, pro-made lashes. So a couple of years ago when pre-mades started coming out, they were really chunky and there was 0.10 pre-made fans, which we all know is a no-no. So I was really critical of them and I thought they were the cheater's way. They were used by people that didn't want to learn the real ropes of applying volume lash fans. So I was totally against them. And then when I was creating my lash brand with the normal handmade volume trays that we have, obviously I got sent samples of all these different types because obviously manufacturers want to get you to buy as many things as possible. And there were some pre-mades that they sent me. And over the time of the last couple of years, they've just gotten better and better. So when I first initially started applying pre-mades, I found that the bases were really chunky. You could see the adhesive. The finished set wouldn't be as clean as what a handmade volume set was. Now, I'm not saying that that is what they do, because obviously I wasn't working them properly, or I didn't have enough experience behind them, or they were just really crappy lashes, pre-made lashes. So I was always like, no. Now, since the pointy-based pro-mades have become into existence, oh my God, it is a game changer. It is an absolute game changer. For starters, you know those days when you're not making fans correctly and you're stressing out and you're taking a long time to complete your set. You don't want your client to realize anything's wrong. One of those days, you don't have them with pointy-based pro-made fans. You don't have them anymore. Even if you still wanted to apply handmades and you started stressing out or something was going wrong mid-set, you could switch to the pro-made and they wouldn't know. The bases are so pointy, and I'll show a video here if I can. This is my first time doing a YouTube video, so I hope that I'm doing this correctly. So if the editing is out of whack, I apologize, but I'm going to try and do my best. I've taken some photos and some videos of our pro-made fans, and I want to show you how pointy these bases are. Having pointy bases doesn't only make your set look clean when you finish, however, they are seamless to apply. They are so easy to apply, and you can even wrap the base around the natural lash. Normal pre-mades, because they're thicker at the base, they're hard to wrap. So you tend to either place underneath the natural lash or on top, and they just sit there, so they would come off quicker. I know there are some pre-made lashes out there who know how to master that. I never got to that point with pre-mades before pointy base came into effect. So that is my experience with them. So that is why I never used them. However, now, if I am having a really crappy day lashing, or if I don't even need to have a crappy day lashing, I find that I don't feel guilty using pointy-based pro-made fans. They are fantastic, and like I said, I've turned to the dark side, and they are so good that we needed to incorporate them in our lash brand. So today's video is all about our massive 400 volume tray pro-made lash tray fan. Now, I will put some clips in, as I said, but I just wanted to show you the size difference between a normal 20 line handmade volume lash tray in comparison to this mammoth of a lash tray over here. It is huge. It is absolutely to die for. I would like to take credit for the design packaging. I think I've done a really good job. I've kept it in the same aesthetic as the smaller lash trays. Our brand is black on black, so black. I am all about that. And that stems from my love of designer handbags having black hardware and black leather. So if you're aware of your designer stuff, there is the So Black Birkin by Hermes, there is the So Black Chanel flat bag, and there is the So Black Balenciaga Hourglass, which I own, which is super exciting. But the creme de la creme bag that I would love would be the So Black Birkin. So I'm kind of manifesting it by incorporating that theme within my products. And because the products are premium based, they do deserve a bit of class, if you know what I'm saying. So let's open it up. So we've got on the spine, like a book, we've got our brands there. They're so cool. Let me do this. Ta-da! How amazing is that? We've got our logo on the inside there to make it look all fancy. And we've got 20 rows. 20 rows, 400 fans, mixed length in 0.05 millimeter and 0.03 millimeter. Why 0.03? Because anything from a 10D above must be a 0.03 millimeter. I don't care who you're talking to, for the safety of the client and for your sets to look impeccable, it needs to be a 0.03 millimeter. Anything over a 4D or 4 or 5D needs to be a 0.05 millimeter. So to start our range off, as we're a small business, we've decided to start with the 0.05 millimeter and the 0.03 millimeter in an 8D and a 10D, because a lot of people tend to want that mega volume full look. So we've decided to use thicker or more Ds in the fans to start off with. So let's get to it. Our mixed volume lash tray premades. I don't know if I should just hold it up or I'll put some clips in, if you can see it. I'll put some clips in. These are incredible. We started at 8 mil and got up to a 15 millimeter length. So what you can actually do is, I'm going to get them as well. Those spongy, big rectangle pads, pop a row down there, or you can even try and cut in between the row if you don't need them all. They are so easy to pick up with the tweezers off the tray itself. I would recommend not pulling it from the stem part, but actually getting your tweezers and going along the top of the lashes to lift it up gently. If you wanted to pick it up from the stem, you have to be really gentle about it and then pop them on whatever tray you're working with before you put it on the client, so you can readjust your fingers around the tweezers and pick it up correctly to apply. So I'm gonna say wrapped. I don't think that's really professional. Anyway, whatever. I'm really excited about these. I know you guys will love them. I am obsessed with my business. I absolutely adore it. This is the first time I'm trying to do a YouTube or social media video that's longer than, a story, that doesn't have filters on. I just wanted to start bringing you guys into a bit about who I am and our brand. Lash'dEyelashes.com. We are an Aussie-based business in Melbourne. In addition to these beautiful trays being available online, we will be giving some away at our Sydney Lash Conference, which is being held on March 2nd, 2022. We are not going to talk about COVID because it doesn't exist when I'm planning this conference. That much work has gone into it. Super excited to whoever gets their hands on these babies, but they are available now online, and we do have our volume lash trays. These are also mixed lengths, C&D curls, both of them C&D curls. These ones are also 20 lines, so you do have an array of lines to choose from. Makes it handy from 8 to 15 mil as well. I don't recommend applying over 15 mil. I know some people do, I don't. 15 mil I would use for spikes as well. So that is where I am. I'm a conservative lash applier. But I hope this video has given you a little bit of insight into our products and the benefits of premades. I am a massive fan, and not only because I have them, I became a fan of them before I got them, which is a necessity when you are finding products for your own business. You need to love them. I do use them a lot. So some people have told me that they use them like I said, when they're having a really bad day with lashes. Some people use them completely without using handmade volume fans. But I will say this, and because I am in lash education as well, I would not just recommend, it is a must. If you are teaching premade volume training and you apply premades and promades, you still need to teach your students everything about volume application as if you were teaching them handmade fans in their theory. They need to know diameters. They need to know the difference between a 3D, a 4D, a 10D. They need to know why a 0.3 mil can only be applied from 10D and above. They need to know all that. They need to know about the wrapping technique. They need to know about the adhesive rules with all the volume application. It is completely different. You cannot say here is a tray of pre-mades, same as classic, apply and off you go. You still need to teach them about layering. You still need to teach them everything as you would teach someone that is applying a handmade volume fan. And you need to also bring awareness to them that there is a handmade volume way of applying lashes. As I work with a lot of educators now, because the trend is to use pre-made and promades, a lot of people are bouncing straight into that without the handmade volume element. And the students are learning later on when they finish their course that there is that handmade aspect of it, and their teacher didn't teach them, which is a big no-no. Really big no-no. You really need to get into it with your students, because they are coming to you like you are their lash god, and it is up to you to let them know what the differences are and give them a comprehensive lash education. So I really would recommend, and I really do strongly suggest, because it is a necessity, if you are going to teach students about applying promade and premades, you need to teach them as though you are teaching them how to apply handmade volume fans. That is a must. Even if you want to teach them about crystallization, which is how promades are made. So the way promades are made is that they're a handmade fan that are dipped slightly in glue, and the glue crystallizes, and it's set aside for you to use later on. So instead of you doing it yourself and having a fan tray that you take the time to create the fans and pop them in, you can buy them already made. So they're still handmade, but they're already made for you, which is why the bases are really pointy, as opposed to the heat bonded pre-mades that we used to see a couple of years ago that had that little chunky bit of adhesive or the bond at the bottom, which didn't look nice when you completed a set. These don't have that. These are seamless. These will make your sets look like they are handmade volume. But I was just mentioning, in terms of education, you really need to make sure your students know the difference between handmade volume, pre-made and pro-made fans. Teach them everything they can, give them those options, let them go off and learn and apply the way they want to. But it is crucial that if you are teaching, you teach as though you are teaching handmaids. Just again, our lashes are available online. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave me some feedback. I would love to know what you think, so I can do another one, or just never do this again if it didn't go really well. I'll see you guys later. Have a really good Christmas.